Okay guys, in this video we're going to be talking about one specific altcoin that could see you become a millionaire during this particular cycle. Guys, as we get into this, if you find it useful and informative, do go ahead and hit that like button. I really do appreciate it. If you're new, make sure you've subscribed, tap on the bell, hit on all notifications, and you won't miss another video. Right guys, let's get into how to become a millionaire with this particular altcoin. Okay guys, we're going to jump into this and we're going to kind of go through what this particular altcoin is all about and why this is an important project that could see you gain $1 million in juicy gains. Right, so the project that we're talking about, guys, has to be Multivac. Multivac is an extraordinary project that's basically trying to do it is doing everything that Ethereum 2.0 promises to do. But ultimately, they're pioneering a flexible blockchain, and it's basically based on trusted sharding. And we can get into a lot of stuff around what this is, and we'll probably save a lot of that for the next video. But ultimately, what is Multivac in a couple of sentences? Multivac is the next generation public blockchain designed for large scale and complex distributed applications. It's an all-dimensional sharding blockchain, and Multivac breaks through the limitations of blockchain scalability by developing the world's first fully sharded blockchain with sharded transmission and storage. The blockchain trilemma flexibility. So Multivac pioneers flexible sharding, allowing dApp developers the flexibility to trade off between the impossible triangle of decentralization, scalability, and security. And of course, you have those high transactions per second and the infinite expansion. So, Multivac maximizes throughput on every shard while maintaining decentralization and security, allowing decentralized blockchains to achieve industry capacity. So this is a pretty big blockchain with huge scope for vision of what they're trying to achieve. Now, obviously, their mainnet just went live. This is fantastic. So obviously, it's been in development since 2019, has achieved a lot so far. The staking element is also something you guys should be checking out if you are a Multivac holder. And of course, the mainnet launching is a fantastic milestone for Multivac. So really interesting to see how the rest of this kind of plays out. But this particular project, based on everything that I've read so far and gotten into this project, I think ultimately Multivac is well positioned to do incredibly well during this particular cycle, and of course going into the next couple of cycles afterwards. I think Multivac is uniquely positioned for a couple of reasons. One, it has a very low barrier of entry. Unlike the price of ETH, this is actually below 1 cent at the moment, and it's when you see projects that this magnitude at those kind of price levels is where you see those explosive gains that so many people hear about. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about in this particular video. We're going to be talking about how you might actually become a millionaire with Multivac. So first thing we need to do is obviously hop over to CoinMarketCap and obviously understand that what Multivac is a sharded platform. It is a fully stacked sharding platform, in fact, according to their own words. So we have to obviously compare it only really to those projects that are also sharded, right? So some of those ones that kind of come to mind obviously have to be something like 𝗕𝗘𝗪, or you have Harmony, and there's so many other kind of good sharded projects out there. But we really focus in on comparing to 𝗕𝗘𝗪 at the moment. Okay, so at the moment, 𝗕𝗘𝗪 actually has a market capitalization of 851 million, right? So here we are with 𝗕𝗘𝗪. It's got basically a market cap of $851 million. Now, it has a circulating supply of 11.4 billion, so a pretty reasonable circulating supply, of a maximum supply being 21 billion. Therefore, the price of 𝗕𝗘𝗪 is currently at 7.4 cent, i.e. you take your market cap, you divide it by circulating supply, and you get the price. Obviously, the market cap is not the amount of money that's in the project right now. It's a notional value. It allows you to basically multiply the current price by the circulating supply. But this is a good way of measuring where you might think Multivac is likely to go. Obviously, 𝗕𝗘𝗪 is a sharded platform. It has been around for quite some time, and obviously it has a few things built on it. Now, with Multivac, the platform has only just launched its mainnet, but we're going to start seeing, maybe some decentralized exchanges getting built upon it, and some dApps as well. I think this is going to be huge scope for discovery going further forward. So we're going to use 𝗕𝗘𝗪 here as a good example of what market cap looks like at the moment today. apply that market cap into something like MTV. And then obviously that will give us a bit of an idea as to how many tokens you may have to hold. And then obviously that would generate the $1 million. So what I'm going to do, guys, is we're going to start with exactly that. We're going to bring the calculator in. Okay, we're going to basically take our $851,662,189 market cap from 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 just here. What we'll then do is we'll jump over to Multivac, okay, and we'll see their circulating supply is 3.59 billion, okay, and their maximum supply is 10 billion. So we're going to take their current circulating supply, and what we're going to do is we're going to divide our market cap by that, basically by that circulating supply. So 3.59, and then we'll just add a few zeros. Actually, I shouldn't have put the, let me see if I can go back 1 second. 359, and then we'll just throw a few zeros in there. So we end up with basically 3.59 billion tokens, and we'll divide that by the market cap. Therefore, it gives us a valuation, right? So if MTV had a market cap of $851 million, then the price of a Multivac token would be 23.7 cents. Pretty simple math, right? And that allows us now to say, okay, if the price were to actually go up to 23.7 cents, how many tokens do you need? Quite simple again. We're going to say that we want to achieve $1 million, okay? And then if we divide that by our 0.237, it then says that we need 4.219 million tokens. Okay, now the price of Multivac right now, MTV, is 0.0035. This allows us to then say, okay, well, how much investment do we need to do to actually put into Multivac right now in order to own 4.2 million tokens? Well, we're going to multiply this number here, the 4.2, by our current price of Multivac, which is 0.003576. And we'll just press equals. So that means that we have to invest $15,000. Okay, investing $15,000 and making the assumption that $851 million market capitalization during the last leg of the bull run is possible for Multivac, then ultimately we could generate $1 million from a $15,000 investment. So not too bad. Of course, we can take this a little bit further. Okay, so what we do is I just move my calculator over for a second, and I'll hop back over to 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 here. So obviously, we just taken the market capitalization as it is right now, and obviously market capitalization has decreased quite significantly. What would it be if we were to actually apply the peak of what the market cap has actually been? All-time high for 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘. What was the market cap? The market cap was actually $2.65 billion. Okay, so what would happen if you were to put a $2.65 billion market cap into Multivac? How many tokens would you have to own then? And what would that investment look like? So what we're going to do is we're going to take that exact example, right? So we're going to put in this number here of 2.656. Okay, so we're just going to clear that off the calculator. 2.656, and we're just going to put a few zeros in there. One too many, we'll leave it there. So we end up with $2.656 billion, okay? We'll jump back over to Multivac, and obviously what we're going to do here is divide this number by our circulating supply, which is 3.59 billion coins or tokens. Okay, and that means that ultimately the price of an MTV token could go up to 73.9 cents. Okay, so basically having a market capitalization of $2.656 billion, we could see the Multivac token actually rise in value all the way up to 73.9 cents. So therefore, how many tokens do you need to own in order to generate $1 million with that being the price expectation? So what we can do is we can go ahead and throw $1 million on here, and we'll divide that by the 73.9 cents, and we'll press equals. This means that we have to own 1.353 million tokens. Okay, so with owning 1.35 million, that would basically, on the assumption that we would have a $2.6 billion market cap, that we could generate $1 million. Okay, and obviously we can apply this to the current price, and that shows us our investment. So we'll multiply our 1.3 million tokens by 0.00359, and this then gets us to a $4,800 investment, right? So just investing $4,857 you could stand the potential opportunity of actually generating $1 million, okay? And it's only really possible with these projects that are really micro cap, right? So we talk about things like Silo, we talk about things like Multivac, DSLA, all of these projects that have are basically sub 1 cent have that potential explosion to the upside. It doesn't take a lot of money to flow back in. We're not comparing this to Ethereum's $100 billion or $200-300 billion market cap. What we're talking about here is basically saying, let's put a reasonable market cap into Multivac based on other sharding protocols like Zilliqa. And this actually allows us to have a pretty good idea as to where things might actually go for Multivac on a very similar basis. So with everything going on with Multivac, the launch of their mainnet, and we're going to start seeing dApps get built, it's an exciting time to get into such a lucrative project. And obviously staking is incredibly lucrative as well. So if you're looking to earn passive income in the same way that you can stake your Zilliqa, you can go ahead and stake your Multivac. And the returns are incredibly attractive. So again, well worth, obviously, digging into this project, doing your own research. I'm not a financial advisor. Chris is not a financial advisor. But investing in a project that has this much potential and is promising to do everything that Ethereum claims to be able to do with Ethereum 2.0, although it is actually launched right now, this is an exciting time to get into such a attractive project from an investment point of view. This particular project for me seems to have huge return on investment opportunities. And guys, do your own research, dig into this one. I think it has such huge potential. Guys, hopefully you found this video useful and informative. If you have, do go ahead and hit that like button. I really do appreciate it. If you're new, make sure you've subscribed, hit the bell, tap on all, and you won't miss a single video. With that said, done, and out of the way, we hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you in the next one.